So, for this first video, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite games, World of Warcraft. Yep, World of Warcraft. It's a game that came out in 2004, and it's one of the first MMORPGs. What does MMORPG mean? Massively multiplayer online roleplay game. Which means it was one of the first video game implying leveling up, playing with other players. The game was created by Blizzard Entertainment, and it is based on the famous sequel they made called Warcraft. Now, of course, since 2004 the game changed, which means there's two World of Warcraft now. WoW Retail, let's call it, or just WoW. World of Warcraft Classic, which now they came out with the first expansion that ever came out, Burning Crusade. There is nowadays 8 expansions on the retail. So basically it means that if you want to play now World of Warcraft, you have two choices. Either you go straight to the latest expansion, which is Shadowlands, enjoyable, but you won't know anything about all of this unless you get into it and start playing slowly, because there's 2 ways to level up. But today we'll be focusing on the classic version because it gives a better aspect of the game on my point of view, which not a better aspect, but an aspect much more interesting than just popping in the game, getting some special stuff to level up faster. Yeah, I'll show it in my video on retail, you'll understand. Anyways, let's go on to the game. So, in the game there's 2 factions, the Alliance and the Horde. The Alliance is 5 races that allied to fight the Horde when it came into Azeroth. Azeroth is the land where we will be basically most of the time, depending on what expansion you're playing. In what expansion you're playing. But let's say whatever side you take doesn't really matter. Depends if you play with your friends or whichever. Me, I'm a Horde fan, like you can see in my videos. Well, I've been playing Alliance and Horde. I've been playing these games since more than 10 years. But whatever choice you do, doesn't really matter, guys. Like, you can play fucking Tauren female if you want. Doesn't really matter. As long as you like what skin that you're playing. Me, I like to play humans when I'm playing Alliance. Giant eyes. Sometimes gnomes are funny. Not male gnomes, because look at that face, man. Look at that fucking face. I like to play him like this. I have a character that looks almost like this. But because pinky beard is funny. Anyways, we are going to play Horde. So there's the factions, which is the Alliance and the Horde. Then there's the races. Every races has their own ratios. For example, the Draenei, they have a special spell that heals them. And on the other hand, for example, Orcs, they get less CCs. CCs is a crowd control effect, like a stun or a blind or a fear. You'll understand what I'll be playing. But for now, since this is for beginners, we'll just say he's resistant against most things. And we'll be playing, I don't know. Now, all the things you see on the screen right now are add-ons, like little softwares you can add to your PC, to the game, and I use lots of those. So what I'm gonna do for this video, just disable almost all, no, enable all. Those are very important. Attached loot, if you're playing classic, of course, attached loot classic is important. Back brother, that's your choice. Banyan, your choice also. Bartender, for me it's like you really need it if you want to change your whole screen and how it looks like. Big wigs and daily boss mobs is if you're planning to do mostly PvE, which is player versus environment. There's PvE, player versus environment, and PvP, player versus players. There's two sides in the game. There's not a lot of content where you can mix those both sides unless you're on a PvP server, in which it is a pain, but sometimes can be funny. Gaming interface, well, this is Bartender, the thing I talked to you about. I already have my profiles, I just need to copy from all. And that's how it looks like. Basically, 4 bars here, 2 bars here, everything else here. Chat, you don't see it, but it's underneath there. And that's it. That's easy as hell. So I'll be playing tank. In RPGs in general, there's different type of roles. You can be a tank, you can be a DPS, which is damage, and you can be healer. Now the paladin can play every role. Well, I'm level 1, so I can't show you, but basically this everything, they have everything to play every role. So this is all about classic.